Being one of the largest airports in the world, the Denver airport was inspired to seek out more Earth-friendly ways of treating travelers. One of these ways is the addition of water bottle filling stations. There are several of these stations around the airport, specifically at gates A, B, and C. These stations promote the use of reusable water bottles instead of using disposable plastic water bottles. The stations give you the option of getting warm water or ice-cold water. The airport also uses solar farms to circulate power throughout the airport. Bicycling in Denver and in Colorado in general is a big thing. If you travel to Denver, chances are you're going to experience the outdoors in some fashion, and this could include cycling. If you're traveling out of the Denver airport, then it has some accommodations for bicycle riders. There are several biking trails that lead straight to the airport, and there is even a parking space for your bicycle when you arrive. This is another stride to save the environment and accommodate those who are exercising. An automated baggage system sounds like a great idea, and on paper it seems like it could work. The Denver airport was one of the first airports to try and put this system into play, and it worked for a while. The airport spent a lot on construction, maintenance, and repairs on the system before they had to ultimately remove it due to it costing too much to keep up. The original purpose of the system was supposed to cut down on delays, waits, and airport staff. While the system didn't work out, it is interesting to know that the Denver airport is making strides to improve its systems. Wi-Fi in airports is nothing new, as they are even putting Wi-Fi in flights now. However, in flight and in the airport, the Wi-Fi isn't the best, only allowing you to browse emails and social media. However, the Denver airport is known to have some of the best Wi-Fi compared to most airports. A study done in 2017 showed that the Denver airport ranked #1 in several tests, including download and upload speeds, which reach 78 megabits per second. This fast internet can help people check in on friends and family and download anything they need for their flight. The Denver airport is very accommodating when it comes to your pets. A service known as Paradise for Paws is available inside the Denver airport and has several services that include a daycare, grooming and spa, veterinary care, and dog training services. Paradise for Paws didn't originate in the Denver airport, as there are 2 other locations located in Denver, so they are definitely credible. The service also allows for the owners to watch their pets in Paradise, as there are live webcams set up inside the rooms. The Stapleton Airport, already being in place near the Denver airport, may have speculated why the city of Denver would spend so much money on such a large airport. Many conspiracy theories have suggested that the large construction on the airport was meant to cover up something larger. The Denver airport has now become a much more successful airport, achieving many accolades, but it doesn't make people forget that the Stapleton Airport still exists. However, it is likely that the Denver airport was just a replacement for the Stapleton Airport due to the age of the Stapleton Airport. With the rumors of underground tunnels and bunkers, it isn't a surprise that people also think that there is a morgue located underneath the Denver airport. Many people believe that the underground sections of the Denver airport are haunted, as many of the staff who have used the underground tunnels have heard strange sounds that sound like whispering. The morgue would be located under the airport, which would allow for there to be spirits roaming the underside of the airport, if the morgue actually exists. The strange conspiracy theories don't end at the airport having a possible morgue or underground bunkers. In February of 2007, 14 planes claimed to have had their front windshields cracked randomly. The strangest part is all this happened in a 2-hour time window. While this has been explained by random debris hitting the plane windshields, many don't take this explanation to be the truth. This is a very strange occurrence that hasn't happened again since, but many believe it to be something caused by the inner workings of the Denver airport. The Denver airport is filled to the brim with art. Over half of that art can make travelers feel a little creeped out for sure. One piece of art in particular is known as the Painting of Gail. This painting is of a lady by the name of Gail who is standing next to a meteorite sign. The strangest part is that her face is blurred out by the many lights that bounce off the painting. This makes it seem much more creepy, and without a proper backstory, no one really knows why Gail is featured on such a large mural in the airport. The town of Lockbuoy, located in Colorado, was shaken by a large boom that seemed to have originated from the Denver airport. The strangest part is that the boom was not recorded as an earthquake, yet was big enough to shake people's houses and knock things off their walls. The Buckley Air Force Base even chimed in and said that they had been drilling, but they were done much more before the loud boom could have been heard. So, many people believe that the boom had something to do with what is being conducted in the underground parts of the Denver airport. Leo Tanguma's two murals, which take up wide swaths of wall space in DIA's baggage claim, might have some nice names. They are called Children of the World Dream of Peace and In Peace and Harmony with Nature. But their actual content is terrifying. Death-masked soldiers with guns stalk children, animals are dead and kept under glass, and the entire world looks to have been destroyed, as if being at the airport isn't bad enough already. Some believe the murals at Denver Airport features doomsday scenes. It doesn't help in that an inlay on the floor features the letters AU and AG, though this is a nod to gold and silver as appropriate, because Denver does have a rich mining history, after all. Some believe the letters represent a dangerous strain of hepatitis that could serve as a biological weapon. Those two symbols, coupled with the unnerving mural, have fueled a conspiracy theory that the airport could be a hub for biological warfare. To his credit, the narrative of Tanguma's murals ends on a happy note, with all that peace and harmony stuff. And the artist himself said, "I have children sleeping amid the debris of war, and this warmonger is killing the dove of peace, but the kids are dreaming of something better in the future, and their little dream goes behind the general and continues behind this group of people, and the kids are dreaming that peace will happen someday. See how the little dream becomes something really beautiful, that someday the nations of the world will abandon war and come together." Still, the last place anyone wants to see depictions of death and destruction is in an airport. Where do the underground tunnels go? Maybe to some kind of underground bunker. Most of the people who believe in the various conspiracy theories regarding Denver Airport seem to think that the airport is actually the headquarters for something far nastier than just an airport, like the New World Order or our own American government. This idea might sound pretty wild, but there is something very strange to back it up: buried buildings. As the story goes, when Denver Airport was first being built, 5 massive buildings were built somehow incorrectly. Instead of being blown up or otherwise dismantled, they were buried. Although theorists say that a construction worker ultimately blew the whistle on this very weird practice, finding his original testimony on the subject is almost impossible. It's hard to deny the weirdness of DIA's unofficial mascot. The massive horse statue called Mustang and nicknamed Blucifer has already killed at least one man. At 32 feet tall and 9,000 pounds, it's made out of fiberglass. Mustang is a huge and imposing, and its glowing red eyes don't help matters. The thing is giant and really scary, and it killed the man who made it. Really. Artist Luis Jimenez died in 2006 when a piece of the sculpture's head broke off and severed an artery in his leg. His children finished the horse. Some believe the horse is cursed, and that his glowing red eyes represent the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Actually, they're a nod to Jimenez's father, who had a shop that sold neon lights.